Welcome back to the channel. It's Mazer. This is gonna be another chill video. I'm not gonna lie. The last video was pretty chill. This one's gonna be pretty chill too. Mainly because I got a lot of work to do outside of YouTube. Well, YouTube doesn't work. But anyways, I got a lot of stuff to do, so I'm gonna be having a pretty chill time with these videos, warming up to actually uploading consistently. Once again, look at Corey's channel and then come back to me. But then I saw that Dotto Doya uploaded a lot of videos because of the Super Saiyan 4 and freaking fighters, and I was like, I guess I gotta upload again. But in all seriousness, we're just using Gyro Lens gameplay because I have nothing better. I think the title of the video already says what we're gonna talk about, but we're gonna talk about music. And guys, you guys didn't know this. I actually play the clarinet, and I'm pretty good at the clarinet, which means I am now an expert on clarinet playing. So I've decided that I want to do a thing about music. So we're getting straight into this. I usually am not biased towards any genres. I think I can't off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure I like some music from every genre. Cause I think music, to some degree, it's a math to it. So chances are, if it's like a sound, it can be made to sound good. Because I guess there is a science to it. We know like every single note ish. Well, here's the thing. There's like the normal thing, which is like A B C D E F. It goes up to G. But there's like, I know for India, they have like notes in between notes. I don't know if they actually go further, like higher or lower, but I know they have notes in between our notes. Well, our as in American notes. I can't even say American. I think it's just like what the world, well, most of the world considers to be notes. They have stuff in between. It's a little tidbit, I guess. But the point is, I like all genres. I usually stick towards rock because, that's just what I'm sticking to right now. And what was I really trying to get at here? Yeah, I guess I'll make this into like a social thing. If you're one of those people who like criticize people on what music they listen to, you're a bum. I think if you hate on someone because they listen to like only anime music, you're a bum. And I think when I say bum, I mean like you're a loser. I think if you hate on someone for listening to music that doesn't have any vocals, you're a loser. And I think if you're someone, really, just if you have any opinion on music, you probably are a loser. Because I think it's subjective. Like, I think you can tell anyone, be like, what is good and bad music? Good music is simply music that works, and bad music is music that doesn't work out. And by that, I mean, you can tell when a song doesn't work because the timing's off, or it stops straight up and there's no reason for it. It's not as simple as I didn't like how it played. That's just like an opinion thing. It's like, it could be very good. Like for me, this is my big thing. This is my big thing, guys. There is this genre of music where it's just like a person, usually a girl, who plays guitar in their room, and it has like this interesting aesthetic. I don't like how it sounds. It's good music, guaranteed, and sometimes it is done right. But I just don't generally like the genre. Still can't say it's bad, because let me just tell you, I know someone personally, and they are pretty good, and they are pretty good at the genre. And I think like, what, it's not Baby Doobie, Leve, yeah, the Leve one, the one that made the song that performative dudes listen to a lot. She does that too sometimes, just on the low, just like, hey guys, I can do this. That's cool. I'm cooking this guy kind of. Anyways, what was I going on about? Oh yeah, like that's a good genre, even though I don't like it. It's like, it's such an opinionated thing. It's a weird thing to ask, but like, when you have an opinion, you have to remember it's an opinion, not a fact, and you have to remind yourself that sometimes, I guess. But yeah, that's just one genre I just don't really care for that much. It has its place. Oh, actually, you know what? The rest of this video is gonna, not the rest of this video, but like, the next thing I'm gonna talk about. I like Nirvana, guys. Nirvana is a band that I've grown to appreciate, and it's neat. But after a while, Nirvana gets kind of boring. So what happens with people who like bands that are old and have no new music? They start listening to like different recordings. So I listen to all the live stuff. The live stuff for me usually is worse. I think they just have less bass, and I'm just like, But yeah, then I listen to like covers. Covers is an interesting situation because it's gonna work. Oh yeah, okay. For covers, for Nirvana in particular, they have a certain like voicing to it. Like it just sounds dirty and stuff. So when people cover the song, if they're not sounding dirty or at least a little unprofessional, it's gonna not be accurate. It's gonna be like, and that's how it was for Nirvana. Okay, there's this one girl. I don't remember her YouTube channel, and it's okay because I'm not gonna show a picture or anything. This is once again a really lazy video, but um, it's this girl. She literally like covered the entire album. Let me first get to this. She covered one song. I listened to it. I was like, I don't know if I like this. She covered what was it? Drain You. And that's when it goes like, one baby to another says I'm looking at you. And she does it in like a weird way. Like she's on acoustic. Which Nirvana, they didn't play acoustic except for like by themselves. They barely played acoustic live. So we don't really know how a lot of their songs sound acoustically. At least I haven't seen a lot of them. Like I have never heard like Nirvana record Drain You acoustically. The point is, she was doing this on acoustic, so she had to like kind of do some her own things around here. But my thing was mainly her singing. I was like, okay, this is not how Nirvana sang it. And I was like, I don't know. Because at first I was like, I wasn't expecting this because I was like, I want like the Nirvana sounding. So I kind of dropped her immediately after that, and I found this other guy. This other guy, okay, he is like pitch perfect Nirvana guy. He does it the same way. He's like playing in his car, and sometimes he's like playing in his room. But the point is, it's the same genre of what I was talking about earlier where I didn't like. But I liked it because it had that same vibe. Listen to all his stuff. I actually listened to him playing Lounge Act because at one point I planned on playing Lounge Act for audience, but then I ended up not doing it because I had class. But calculus is a B word after all. Point being, I like that guy. Then I was like, okay, this guy's done. I listened to all this stuff. So I went back to the other girl because they're like the main two I listen to. Like when you search up covers for any Nirvana song, they pull up first because they covered everything. they actually cover the entirety of Nevermind, the entirety of In Utero, and even some in Bleach. Even some Bleach. By Bleach, I mean like literally only like the 2 or 3 good songs in Bleach. You guys know which one I'm talking about. I really do think you guys know which one I'm talking about. Like I just said, like it's like opinionated, but I'm pretty sure for Bleach, you know what are the 2 or 3 biggest songs from that album. It's Mr. Mustache, About a Girl, and then insert whatever third one that barely makes the cut. But anyways, what was I getting at? Oh yeah, I went back to her and I was like, okay, this is not Nirvana enough, but it's like it still works. I'm like, you should be a person that does music because, well, like, she is. What am I talking about? But like, it still works because one of her things she did was radio friendly unit shifter, and in that song, it's like the way it sounds is like it's very particular because it's literally an electric guitar song, and it's like. Bum 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 bum, cigarette burns. Bum 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 bum, take on turns. What is wrong with my? What is what on there? Anyways, all that, but she does it, and it's like same thing, but like she doesn't like do the same like Nirvana. He says cigarette, and then she's like cigarette. You feel me? Like she drags her stuff on, which I usually am not a big fan of. Like when people drag stuff on in songs, because like no, don't do that. Especially when like the song has a timing, you could just potentially be ruining yourself trying to exaggerate to make your voice, well, improve your voice, I guess. Like to me, like if it's weird because music is performative, but that's like performativeness of singing. I don't know, but she did it good, and I didn't care, and it was good, and I was like, wow, this girl's doing it. And I was talking to my friend in class, and he was like, dog, I don't care about Nirvana. He didn't actually say that, but like you can kind of tell he's more of a music fan in terms of like video games. But I was like, okay, yeah, like usually it's like more deep and grimy. And this girl, she's like singing it like she's like she's in church, kind of. But he was like, I don't really care. But I was like, okay. Anyways, it's good, and I like it. The point being, for a lot of music, you kind of just like learn to like it. I guess it's like for a lot of music, you just learn to like it. I think for me, this The Beatles actually is a great example. Not really. No, not really the Beatles. The Beatles, like, I like the stuff I like and I don't like the stuff I don't like. It's I haven't listened to the Beatles enough to. Well, actually, that's not true. Dear Prudence, I didn't like that originally, but I like it now. Like I put it on my playlist because I wanted to learn the song on guitar because my friend told me about it, and then I actually listened to it and I was like, it's kind of trash. But then I listened to it more because I still had it on my playlist because I hadn't learned the song yet, and eventually I liked it. So there's that. There's them apples. Oh, words. Those are them apples. I can't believe I messed up saying apples. By the way, apples being the best fruit. Episode 3 that's like the big project. I think that's like my big summer project. Cause I'm working on that one. The point is, really, they gave me that. Okay, boom. We're losing this fight, by the way. But yeah, like the growing music is really nice. I like when like your opinion on it changes. Cause like, ooh, are you sure about that, buddy? What am I getting at here? What am I really getting at? What? There wasn't that point to this video in the first place. I lost all. Why did you think I was gonna go for health? Oh, Jesus. Oh, we live. Do this. See what happens. Where's that? All right, you're dead. Let's go ahead and get that fusion off. Oh, we don't have it yet. Frick. We're rushing. This just feels right. Yeah. I guess I should probably tell you some bands I like. I also like listen to rap. I feel like that's a pretty important thing to mention. People like to act like rap is separate from music, but it's like music. And I think I don't know. It used to have like a lot of dominance in culture, right? I think it does still. I forget. I'm not really in tune with like what's popular in that sort of sense of music, because I think it's nowadays it's like it's hard to tell what really makes you popular and what just makes you like good. But I think rap used to be really good, and it like kind of has fallen off in the last 5 years maybe. I think mainly because of Asian culture coming back, because I think for a while, like Japan and like Korea have been like kind of taking rap and doing their own thing with it. So they've been doing that, and they've like weirdly enough almost like taken over. But people are like really into like K-pop rappers, but they won't listen to like Kendrick Lamar or something like that. That's a shame. We could have won this. That's probably a loss. If he switches to Goku, it's probably actually no wait. I don't think he does enough damage. Actually, Super Saiyan Goku's kind of hitting me hard right now. Let's see what much damage this does. We're gonna main. We live. Okay, main. What are you doing there? Okay, do this. We can dodge that, right? Yeah. Frick. All right, we're cooked. Yeah. But yeah. And when you listen to like anime music and maybe even definitely Korean music, they don't even try to hide it. Like you can directly see like just like African American music bass lines, rap bass lines, like they just take it all together, which is fine, because I'm a believer of like sharing culture to an extent, and it's a slippery slope, and I'm ready to slide down. We'll address the problems when we get there, which is not exactly a great mentality to have. Maybe my next yacht video, cause I'm pretty sure my next video is going to be still a slow one. In my next video, maybe I'll talk more about the idea of opening the door for everybody and just like dealing with the murderers when you get there. I think it's a weird way to think about it, but I think that's actually a better policy than just having your door closed for everybody and forever, because there's just too many benefits, I think, especially when it comes to culture. With music, imagine we just kept music to ourselves, and like each culture had their own music and they didn't share it. Like you weren't allowed to play certain music because it wasn't made by your people. That would suck. And I think it's the same thing with like any culture, where like clothing, dog. Imagine you couldn't wear some cool clothing, and it's all because of freaking like times. Like cowboy hats, for one. Cowboy hats is like, I don't think it's actually American, but we're just gonna assume it is because I don't feel like researching it. Cowboy hats. That means Canadians can't use cowboy hats. That means Mexicans can't use cowboy hats. That means like literally anybody ever. Cowboy hats are just cool. So like obviously I want to wear that. And it's like it's just a cool thing to have. And again, like I think culture's I don't say it's actually yeah, I would say culture's made to be shared to an extent. Because the idea of culture is that you share it and you like believe in it and you're like happy about it. And like nowhere in culture does it say that like you should only share your culture with your kids and your friends. Because that's I guess to an extent, or every single culture has started off by being shared by between like relatives and like friends, because like that's kind of how culture exists. Like that's how all their origins start. Like everyone around you is what starts a culture. But if you just stop spreading it after a certain point, like what's the point of that? I feel like that's like I don't know, man. I feel like why would you stop growing? Maybe that's just a growth mindset that I have. Guys, listen up. Growth mindset from your boy, Mazer. Guys, let me know if you guys like the video. This one's a little bit of a doozy. Talk about music, talk about culture. That's what you get out of the Mazer channel, guys. If you expect to get one type of video from me, then you're already missing out. See, like, I'm just too good of a YouTuber. Like, who's really on my level right now? Think about your favorite YouTuber right now, and you're probably pulling up a picture of my channel, because like there's just no one better. No one does it like me. Like, look, this video is about music, but I'm doing a consecutive summon, and this is a long video. I'm gonna actually cut it here. If I don't get an LF, if I get an LF, we'll continue. But if I don't, we're cutting it here. Jesus, Jesus. Okay. Shoot. I actually gotta think about what I'm gonna talk about next. Cause, oh, hold on. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be not an LF. It's gonna be like something lame. So we're good. Yeah. So the end of the video, I'll probably say like, Apple's the best fruit. Like still to this day. I didn't really talk about my favorite musicians, but you know, I'll say that for like a more important video, because it's not important now. Huh? We've gotten all the, oh Jesus. And it's Kid Buu. Okay, we gotta get to the video. Man, maybe get double L. If we get double LF, then it cancels out and we don't have to do it. Alright, damn it. Okay. What do I talk about now? And that was a mid character. Let's go back to summons. We'll do tickets. Surely there's someone in the tickets banner that's worth my time. Nope. Revivals. Who are we reviving now? I do want to get you Force. I guess we'll quickly play this, I guess. But I guess we can get back to music. I want to learn like some cool instruments. Like I know clarinet, like I told you guys. But I want to know like the cooler instruments, like maybe bass. Okay, okay, this is a funny thing. When I first played guitar, I didn't understand why anyone would want to play bass. I have a friend who plays bass, and I'm like, why would you want to play that? He also plays guitar, which makes sense, because like you wouldn't choose to play bass. You would play guitar and be like, I guess I'll just use a bass. I thought you'd start with the bass and play. Well, actually, yeah. If you start with the bass, you'll 100% play guitar. But if you have a guitar, you'll maybe think about playing a bass. Will it come to fruition? Maybe not. But anyways, that was my original thoughts. I was like, bass is like a useless instrument. Not useless, but like it'd be never something I want to do. Like that always seems like something you do in post. Like put bass into a song, which you know sounds stupid now, but the point is, bass seems really stupid to me, and now it's like, well, why would I ever do this? But now in the big old me now times, this now time, I'm like, you know what, bass is pretty cool, because it's just, it can't be loud. Like when I think of bass, I think it's like, you just don't hear it, but that's just because I don't hear good bass in a lot of songs, because bass could be present, and it could be awesome. Okay, I'll replace this dude. But yeah. How am I going to even... I'm so bad at making videos, guys. If you came to this channel and you're like, oh my goodness, here comes an awesome video, you're wrong, because it's my channel. Like, I don't make good videos. I just make videos. Which, you know, I guess that has its own goodness to it. You can't... Well, actually, no, because I think YouTube nowadays is full of slop. I don't think this video is slop, but I don't think it's, like, the highest fruit, the highest bearing fruit. Like, I'm sure there's better fruit out there in YouTube space. Are you eating it? Probably not. I mean, we know what sells, and it's slop. So maybe I have a chance. Let's Let's play this match, I guess. Just not the right color for this. I should choose a green character. But who cares? I forgot Bardock's in LR now. What was I even going on about? Oh yeah, music. Like piano just is like, okay. Piano is like one of those things you just gotta play. Because piano and guitar are like the most popular instruments nowadays, and they're also like the most attractive instruments to play. Because for guitars, they're relatively portable, so you can just bring it anywhere. But for pianos will just be in a lot of places because they're just like a cultural thing. I mean, I'm like, it's just a cool thing to know how to do a piano, I think. At least I want to learn to get to the point where I can like make my own stuff. Like once I learn the instrument, I don't like have to know a song or two. I'd be fine just learning theory for the piano. Theory as in music theory, in case you guys didn't know. You can't tell, but I'm doing the nerd face. And I'm having the one finger up. But yeah. And I guess the saxophone's like a pretty good instrument too. I feel like saxophone, you know, saxing around, I guess. Probably a trumpet or trombone. Both of them really. Honestly, all of the brass thing is pretty good. And upright bass is pretty cool too. I wanted to learn that. Not like badly, but like if I were to play a bass, it would be the upright bass before like a regular bass, just because I think all of the lameness of having a bass is taken away once it's an upright bass. And now we're gonna actually end the video off because it's way too long. So let's go ahead and just say see you guys in the next one, and remember to remember, because like if you don't remember, then you have Alzheimer's, which is very sad to have. And you know, to respect people who have Alzheimer's, you should make sure you use your time all the time. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna leave.